First at 4, it is the big night, the first live presidential debate between former President Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. The showdown is on a stage in Philadelphia in about 2 hours. And yes, it is true the two candidates have never actually met. Thanks for being here at 4. I'm Todd Unger.
And I'm Jenny Hansen. Lisa Balick joins us live after checking in with a debate expert at Lewis and Clark College. He's a professor who runs the college's Speech and Debate Institute. So, Lisa, what does he say we should keep an eye on tonight?
Of course, we're expecting some personal attacks in that 90 minutes, but Professor Joe Gant from Lewis and Clark College says there are some key moments to watch out for.
I think a lot of Democrats were very excited at the very first part of this race because Harris is a prosecutor and, oh, Harris can prosecute the case against Trump. I don't know if that's the best strategy.
Professor Joe Gant teaches campaign rhetoric at Lewis and Clark College, how candidates speak persuasively. He says look for substance, that Kamala Harris needs to let voters know more about her views on key issues.
I think that with a candidate that's more unknown to the voters, she needs to give voters a positive case for why they should vote for her, as opposed to just here's all the reasons why Donald Trump is bad.
As for Donald Trump, Gant says to watch for when he presses on the issues. You said this, now you say that. And when Trump talks about his own policy positions, not just animated attacks.
But as he's talking about policy, I think he's got to maintain that energy level, and he has to look like he really does care, that he really is compassionate, and that he's not just saying these lines because he has to say these lines, but he's committed to making a better future.
And then there's the show, where the candidates shake hands. What are the prepared zingers they have for each other? Will either leave the podiums to stand closer to their opponent.
The stage is smaller than many other stages, and so the podiums are compressed. They're much closer to one another than they have been. I'm also curious to see how that might potentially affect the debate.
A debate to watch for substance and style. You know, you may be wondering who hasn't made up their mind by now, but polls show there are about 3% of the voting public that is undecided. And this is interesting, about 12% have a preference but could be persuaded to change their minds. That's really what this debate is all about. Back to you.